Excited to get opportunity to play Notre Dame. Certainly glad it's home. It'll be good to be back home. Really good football team, outstanding running backs, quarterback, tight end, wideouts. They're just really good offensively. O-line's good, running the ball more than what they did early in the year, and it's really working out, having a lot of success. Defensively, we've got some really good playmakers over there. Want to run man coverage, bring singles, disruptive on the defensive line with their movements, and so really good team. Played good last week against Purdue, and really played well against A&M, and Miami just came up short, a point and a field goal. But Coach Freeman's done a wonderful job there. We're looking forward to having a storied program like Notre Dame in our stadium.
Coach, just when you watch the film, and obviously against Ole Miss, it was the passing defense that struggled the most, and then Memphis, the rushing defense. Do you think maybe some over-adjustments that you had to make to try and get better against the pass might have hurt you guys against the run this weekend?
No, I don't think so. I think our problem is that we didn't tackle very well at all. So obviously we have to get better there. We have to work on it more and more. We don't have support. Obviously if you're in man coverage, you'll have support on one edge, tight end area, quick support. We didn't have support. We've got to play faster downhill from the secondary, and we got to get off blocks. We've got to tackle better at the second level and first level too. We've got to get guys on the ground. We can't have our leading tacklers, come from the secondary. So I don't know. I don't think so. I think we knew that they were a really good. We knew that we needed to stop the run to win the game. We practiced that way all week, and we couldn't do it. And it was some of those reasons that we talked about.
With Sorey, you kind of mentioned you thought maybe something had to be wrong with just the way he's played. Yeah. I mean, any updates there? Have you talked to him about maybe a nagging injury there?
I don't think it's that at all. I think he just has to play better, and I think if you ask him, he'll tell you that he needs to play better. He obviously has played really well against Arkansas State, and we just got to get him back because he can make a lot of plays. He was there, on the long 60, 70-yard run. He was there to, make the tackle for no gain, and they would have had to punt or go for it in their own territory. We just didn't get the guy on the ground. So I think he's healthy. He and a lot of guys, we just got to play better.
Coach, do you think there's any kind of mental hangover maybe from the Ole Miss game, the way that game played out, or something with the psyche of the team? And then how is their attitude right now after two tough losses?
I don't think so, Trey. I don't, obviously the Ole Miss loss was hard, there's one thing to get beat and you don't have a chance or whatever it may be, and then you go down there and you go, I think everybody, like I say, everybody on TV there, our team knew we were going to win and then lose. I think you always have major concerns of how the team's going to be. I didn't, if there was a lapse, it would have been Monday of last week. I thought we got them back pretty good Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't like how we finished Tuesday, but it was 90 degrees too, and that might have had something to do with it. But I thought we were ready. The travel went well. I thought 11 o'clock would have been our first early game, but I thought we were ready. Obviously, we came out 3 plays and scored. So, again, you look at this week, and, of course, there's a lot more noise now around the program than even there was after last week. And so you have some concern about the team, getting the team ready, but you also have the name of Notre Dame. And so, I mean, we're all grown men in there. We've got to shake that off. But to answer your question, I think it may have affected us a little bit on Monday.
You mentioned the outside noise and everything. Obviously, you're in a high-pressure job, but
Yeah.
Is there any added pressure for you with how things have shaped up these first couple weeks against Notre Dame?
You know, Trey, it'd be kind of hard to have more pressure. I mean, I think the pressure you put on yourself is obviously a lot because you want to do well for a lot of reasons. And but you know, I've kind of had this same type pressure for, I don't know, 3 years now. It seems like 40, but I think it's been about 3. And you know, we have an opportunity. The only way we can win people that don't believe in us or win some more positive thoughts about our program is to win ball games. And that's really the bottom line. You can say whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, but what's a score? You know, and that really is what changes people's perception or perspective of you. And we have a great opportunity here, you know, as we well know that we could be 4-0, we're 2-2, but I say that only because if we're 4-0, I think we're all sitting in here thinking we have a great chance to beat Notre Dame, and our football team will think that. We've got to rally around this week, but we'll do that. But to answer your question, probably not any more than normal.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. That you're that close to being 4-0, but you're 2-2. Was there any? Did you notice any lack of effort defensively or anywhere that bothered you from last week?
Yeah. We didn't run to the football and we didn't tackle well. A lot of times, not tackling is effort. Obviously, it's technique, but it's effort. With the more we had more missed assignments offensively, especially in the third quarter, than we've had this year. And it wasn't this guy, it was this guy or that guy or that guy or that guy. And so, you know, we obviously, you know, have more turnovers than we have had. And so, yeah, I mean, there's some things that mentally, you know, it's just not a physical game that mental effort, you know, and it may have something to do with the heat or what, I don't know. We've got to find that out today so it doesn't happen to us again. But I thought we were either fatigued or we weren't playing hard enough or both on defense as well, especially.
You come out kind of guns a-blazing on offense in every game in the first half. In the second half of the last 2 games is 17 points. What can you put your finger on what's happening there?
Well, last week I can. We obviously had drives there, especially, you know, the last 3. You know, we have drives right down the field where either I think everybody feels like we're going to score. We're moving the ball well. This past week was because we didn't run the ball. When we ran the ball well on first down, we were kept rolling, but we didn't run the ball as well as normal on first down, and then we had, you know, a turnover, we had a sack, and we had a fumble in the last 3. In between all that, we're really moving the ball. So you know, obviously, that's 2 out of 3 possessions that we had a turnover, and the other one we had a sack that we were well in field goal position, and we're 41 out. I don't think we're ready for 59 or 60 right now, especially at that point in the game.
Russell just had the 1 carry in the second half. Is he banged up, or what was behind that? He wished he wanted to use him more?
No. I mean, he ran the ball well, and we've talked about it, and we need to use him a little bit more. But but I don't want that to sound like when Mike's in there we're not any good. I mean, I could ask the question, how did Mike play? When he was in there, and I thought he played really well too. So, but you specifically asked about an injury, and he's not.
Do you expect to have Kenai Walker back this week?
I don't know. I mean, he's been in this weekend. He was in. He didn't travel, obviously, and we had people working with him. I'll know more on Wednesday, and that's not because whatever the injury report comes out. It's because of his walkthrough of his injury that he has to do, and if he'll progress today, and then tomorrow, if he progresses today, he'll be able to practice tomorrow, and if he does that, then I think he's going to be just fine.
Sam, obviously Omega Blake has been really great for y'all. I'm curious, was there times where you felt maybe Talon was zeroing in on him, or do you feel like he's still doing a really good job of going through his reads and progressions and things like that?
No, I think with Omega, I think Talon's going through his reads. I think with Omega, at times we're playing him too much. I think we've got to get somebody else in there and rest him a little bit. He may have played too many reps. And he's really effective when he's rolling, when he's not tired and those things. So, but your question was, did I think Taylor was zeroing in on him? No, I didn't feel that way after watching the tape.
I guess follow up on that is, what did you see on Talon's 2 interceptions? Kind of what do you think precipitated that?
Well, when he went out of the pocket, he tried to make a throw that, a deep throw on their sideline. That was just ill-advised. It wasn't there. And then on the second one down towards our locker room, he just didn't see the linebacker and threw it right to him.
Have you seen or known of player meetings either yesterday or today to kind of regroup after the past 2 weeks?
No. I mean, guys, we didn't get beat by 100. We lost 2 games. Our plan is to beat Notre Dame. What do we need to change? We need to tackle better. We need to run to the ball better. We need to take care of the football, and we can win games. So I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. The public will, but we've got a good team. We're doing the right things. We got to hold on to the football, and we got to tackle better, and we got to play harder, and we'll win those games. And so, no, I don't recall any meetings or anything like that.
After Ole Miss, Cam was saying that the defense was getting back to the basics. Where does it kind of go from here in practices?
Well, we just have to get better, and we've got to have guys flying to the football. We got to have the physicality, and I don't care what defense you run. If you don't run to the football and you don't tackle well, and you don't have that aggressive, let's go get them, I don't care what you're running, it's not going to work. And so we got to get our team to do that first. We got to get guys to get off blocks and make tackles, and I have no doubt that we will. But we've got to do that first before we figure out schematically exactly where to put them.
How encouraged were you by Bradley Shaw's game on Saturday and the future there?
I thought he played better. He'll have an opportunity to play more. But at the same time, I thought he got fatigued as well, and we just hadn't practiced much in the heat. And to be honest with you, it's not because we go inside; it's we haven't had heat, and we did on Tuesday. It was 90 here on Tuesday, and so that was one of my biggest concerns. That it wasn't going to be hot over there, and sure enough, it was, and I thought they played through the heat harder than we did.